Had, school.
Okay. Good morning, everybody,
Good morning.
and welcome to the March meeting of the Council on Aging. And we'll start with the Secretary's report. And don't forget, the meeting is being recorded.
Usually,
Yeah.
Can I have a motion to accept the,
I make a motion to accept the secretary's report.
all in favor?
Aye.
Treasurer's report.
Treasurer's report for March, today's March 12th, February report.
Yes.
Account, there were no donations and no expenses for the month.
That's easy.
The COA food pantry account, donations were $1,450. The three private donations totaling $450, and Southwick donated $1,000, which was very nice.
Mhm.
And expenses, WB Mason paper goods, $683.86, and that's the report for the month.
Do we normally send out thank you notes for
Yeah.
donations? Okay, good. That's $1,000.
That's really generous.
Before we have a motion, is there anything you want to say about the general ledger?
We're really right on track. We're right on track. We have a little bit more funding in our salaries line item because we had a vacancy, but that we'll be filling that soon. And no, I think we're right on track with our expense line items, and nothing that I really need to point out to you. We have some bigger bills that are come due, like, for example, Tri-Valley, when they ask for a donation of $1 per senior, that bill doesn't come until the springtime. Likewise, our database system, which is a bigger bill, that doesn't come until the springtime. It's due like May 1st. So yeah, so we're right on track and nothing to be concerned about.
The dollar that they want, is that per senior in the town or per
Yeah.
senior coming to the center?
No, per senior in the town. Yes, it's a requested donation, and they're the ones that, support the lunch program.
Oh, yeah.
They do home care visits,
Mhm.
transportation,
Yep.
you name it.
That's very
It's like the
reasonable.
best dollar you could spend.
Great.
Okay,
Can-
maybe just
Yep.
one note on the budget.
Yep.
The SDM for the COA redesign, which was this last one.
That's under, yes,
that's in-
special articles.
Yes, Jeremy has numbers on it, that's 10,000 approved by the select board,
Okay.
and we actually spent 10,100.
Phil, where are you on this?
I'm on line, the last line under E25.
Oh, the redesign. I see.
The redesign.
Okay. Thanks.
And I think that's just because Jeremy was figuring out how to pay for this. The
Okay.
money, the 8,500 was kind of missing.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
the real numbers are 10, 10,
Okay.
10, 10.
Honestly, I don't worry so much about them because technically after those projects are done, like for example, the windows were done what? 8 years ago, 9
Yeah.
years, that money ultimately could be going back to the town because we were 10,000, we only used 7,000 to do the windows. So we've been asked periodically, where do you stand with these ATM things? Are these projects done? and that's done. And so, yeah, I'm gonna leave that up to you to kind of keep an eye on that one.
Was that opera money?
No,
It wasn't.
Sorry. Special town meeting, so that was the 8,500 we voted at special town meeting because
Oh, that's right.
it was voted on by the finance committee and the select board to fund it
That's right.
before the fiscal year, but the bills did not come in before the end of the fiscal year, so it couldn't be paid the way we originally voted, so that's why it had to be
Oh,
paid
that's
by
right.
special.
You're right.
Yeah,
At 85.
Okay.
We spent it all, so we need to.
right, so I think that there may have been other sources as well to cover the whole bill, but this was the amount needed
By
at
the,
town meeting.
by the time, correct, I'm sorry, good catch.
That's okay.
Okay, can I have a motion then to accept the treasurer's report, including the additions that were just, and the changes that were just put in by Phil?
I'll make a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Amy, do you want to speak now or?
I want to let you know a few things, but before we get into everything else. Regarding programming, I don't know if you've seen, I was so excited about this programming to have a judge come and speak at the senior center. I've been corresponding with their board for the last month and a half to 2 months, and we were, finally matched with somebody and have not heard yet. I mean, I've been emailing this judge. I feel like I'm badgering him, and now I'm going back to the board saying, you've matched us, and then, because the board's coming to me and saying, what's your date? What's your date? I'm like, I don't have a date. The judge hasn't got in touch with me. This is, I don't know if anybody knows Judge Richard Eustace from Milford. Again, if you know him, call him, email him, tell him to, because we've had, people inquiring about it. I think it'd be a fascinating program. It's kind of reminds me of the Mass Bar Association. They do a program every May where they come out, they match us with a lawyer. They come out to the senior center and they talk about issues that are, important to seniors. Similarly, I've never taken advantage of this program. Honestly, I didn't realize it existed. It's probably a couple of years old. And they reached out to us and said, hey, would you like to participate? And I filled out their probably, I don't know if it's 5-6 page form with what our, potential days were. And so I'm hoping that it will happen.
You still haven't heard?
No, and I just emailed him again and.
He's from Milford.
He's from Milford, but
Do you want to give us his email address?
I don't think that's fair. I don't,
Hey,
I don't,
said contact.
and what if I didn't have to go in front of him,
Where's his office? Who could help me with that placards?
We want you.
But they emailed him too, or do they have the wrong email? I don't think so, because it looks pretty authentic.
How about one of your other senior center directors from,
I'll reach out to. folks
Yeah,
and kinda-
find out and see if they've used them.
Yeah, because it just sounds like such a cool
What would be
program.
the purpose of his presentation?
For him to come out and talk to you about the judicial system, I will tell you though, I mean, it's a hot topic right now. No, it's probably always a hot topic. So I just wanted to let you know, if any of you had been, waiting for a date, that's what's happening there.
It's probably, he's probably not getting all these emails and everything else. It's gonna be his clerk.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the clerk is probably, oh, well, that's not important, but this is. And just.
Or does it go to spam? I was wondering, does it go to spam? Or something like that. So I'm trying, and
What is this judge's status? Is he a state judge or he's not a federal judge?
no, it's a state judge or local.
Local court judge.
District, yeah, probably.
District. I can look it up in my email. I didn't write it down in my little notes. So that was one thing I wanted to let you know. I also wanted to let you know, pen pal program is going great. We've come up with a date for the final get together. I don't know.
I haven't.
But the May 19th.
May 19th.
To meet with the seniors in pen pals. Well, yesterday we got a call from a 7th grade teacher at Misco who wants to do a pen pal program for 5 7th graders. And I haven't had a chance to get back to her to find out the parameters, and why just 5, and would somebody be interested? Wayne Phipps right away said, I'd be interested. So I'm not quite sure. And it turns out I know who this teacher is. Grandmother babysat my older daughter. So
This is a Misco teacher?
yeah, let's go teacher. So, so if anybody has a desire to help with the pen pal program and the other pen pal
You can sign me up for that second one.
for this one?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Good
No.
people right there.
May 19th, what
There you
is
go.
happening?
That's the Girl Scout and senior pen pals are gonna be
Gonna
meeting at the
meeting.
senior center, and we're hosting an ice cream social for them.
Karen volunteered to.
I'll do it.
Thank you. Oh, wonderful. Thank you. And you know what? And I like the idea if it's kind of somebody that's in our tight knit circle, Cheryl would probably do it too, because that way it's easier to keep track of, whatnot, I guess, if they need us to keep track. Forgive me for not telling you in advance, but the Girl Scouts that use our center, that are our pen pals, were supposed to have a sleepover in Upton. I don't know if they're going to be using their town facilities there, but that fell through this winter. That was supposed to happen earlier. And they asked me, and we've done it before, so I apologize for not bringing it to your attention, but we've done it before. It's going to be 15 girls. They're 2 leaders, and I'm sure they'll probably have another parent or 2.
Yeah.
On the 2 levels, they're going to separate the girls and they'll have, the 2 levels. Prior to the sleepover, they're going to have, I think, little daisies or younger girls come at 5 just to kind of get a feel for what, these groups are like, and then they'll be going on their way. So that'll be this Friday. They'll be coming in the afternoon. And I'm going to have after Thursday, I'll have all the tables broken down because they're going to be setting up tents right inside the center to simulate a sleepover. I'm like, the floors are really hard, but they're like,
They don't care. They usually have the ground.
so that, another nice outreach thing that we can do. And then the last thing I just want to make you aware of, because I didn't see it happening, becoming an issue just yet, but the senior work program is running out of funds like today, so to speak. I did bring it last month to Jeremy's attention that we were at $2,000 left last month. And with everybody, all the timesheets that just came in for February, we're down to like $500. So the Jeremy will have to bring it to either the assessors and or select board's attention.
Yeah.
When they increased the hourly rate to $15 and they increased the amount to $1,500 for each person, they never increased the total amount from
Okay. I
$15,000.
do.
I have to go back and,
That was last year when we increased.
Yeah, I don't, I mean, I remember it, but I don't remember
Yeah, I
when it
remember.
was in time, so.
yeah, if I had my way, I would have asked them to increase it to at least 20,000. To be, and I think right now, a $5,000 buffer would be great to get us through the end of the year. I've already started contacting department heads, especially those like the library that uses someone twice a month, and then the clerk's office who uses someone regularly. I'm letting people know that, we're putting it on pause for now. Then the assessors, select board, Jeremy can go,
Right.
I can't read the law. Sherry sent me the law. I'm like, or the procedures or whatever you want to call rules, regulations.
Okay.
It's like not beyond me, but it is. Somebody else needs to read it and see who from the governing board can increase the money, and can it be done?
Right, I know can we do it at a different time of year? And that's why I wondered when it was, because when we're up to vote on it next, because I can also look into this.
And it also needs to be then put into the budget for next year, that the assessors overlay be perhaps that might be increased.
So the assessors just came to present do their budget presentation.
Did they?
And I don't recall them mentioning anything specifically about that, but that nothing is set in
Okay.
stone yet, so,
Because I have been keeping Sherry Bates in the, include the glue. And then also, I think I need Jennifer's assistance because it's becoming a little bit more complicated. The number of people want to join it and
right, and I know a lot of the town departments are really appreciating the workers, so like, I think it will be a loss to say the library and a number of boards and committees that have used workers for,
this was like the best year for using it. And maybe it'll level off because they did a lot of transcription this past year.
It's true.
But that was just 2 people. That was 2 people for different departments. And that won't have to take place now,
Right.
from what I understand.
Right.
So, but still, it gave department heads the ability to see what these people are capable of and how they can utilize them, because we were underutilizing them prior to this.
Yes, I think, and I've heard great things, not by name, but sort of, the work that's been done very, a lot of it's been done with great care and,
Yes.
so, yeah, I think it's beneficial all around. So
Yes.
I definitely would support increasing the numbers. So I think I'll look into it from my end. Also,
Thank you.
Yeah, we're 3/4 of the year, so we use 15,000, so 20,000 for the year. Just 5,000 seems to be, math, if you do the math.
And we may not use it all next year because of that, transcription issue has been,
I think the department's got used to it, they may like it.
Did you want to say a few words about SMART? You have a,
yeah, just, you know what, I should have taken that off. SMOC is just, we're just really not having a fun year with SMOC, And I have to ask Janet to give me an update of all of our clients, like where do they stand? Have they gotten their funding? The heating season is almost over. People have their oil companies basically breathing down their necks. They use their credit card to pay for it because the oil companies demand it. And so SMOC just seems to drag their feet, but I don't have an update from Janet currently, like how many people are still hurting, because we can get, some assistance for them. We really want SMOC to be the first responder to
Yes.
pay.
Absolutely.
But at this point, and where oil prices, not oil prices, but it was
Oh,
cold.
it's expensive. Yeah, February was exceptionally cold.
So
Do you think it would do any good if we met with them before the season started? Like
we do.
You do?
We
Okay.
do. And I was so optimistic. We met with all the heads down there. But then they put on the brakes, they won't deal with us. They will only deal with the client. So every time we have an issue, every time our client gets a notice saying incomplete, we have to have the client with us or do a third party
Yeah.
call because they will not, and formally they would talk with us. Or although one way around that, I don't know if they told us, having the client sign, form,
Yeah.
give it, yeah. So, but it's.
Would you ever figure out why is all of a sudden that there's so much problems? Is it understaffing or?
Yes.
I know you
The
mentioned that
staffing
one
one
time.
and changed. They've changed their staffing, like I want to say at least every year, every other year. I mean, when Earl and I were doing it, remember we had Lourdes? Do you remember Lourdes? We had Lourdes. Did you remember Lourdes?
Yeah, I do.
We had her consistently. I had her consistently because I've been, in this field for 30 years. Had her and then after that, it's like the change has been every year, every other year. And a new regime came in last year, and we were very hopeful that they were going to work with us, but because our clients, they need hand holding. When they get a notice and saying that they're declined, they panic.
Mhm.
And sometimes it's as simple as they didn't include their property tax form. And so what we have not necessarily me, my equipment's a little bit antiquated. Janet, we've got her updated so that not a computer, but her scanner. She can scan all the documents and zip them over to them. They won't let us fax anymore. I used to be able to fax applications. We can either mail.
They don't want the paper.
Well, or we can mail, or, or the fax, but, no fax, I'm sorry. So, Janet's been doing the scanning and emailing to them. But again, it's been really tedious and it doesn't help the clients. They're probably not going to get as much money in the last several years. They would say they'd be, offered a benefit of $650. Like 3/4 way through the heating season, they might get another letter saying you've been approved for an additional 250. So a lot of them have come to expect that. I don't think, because this is federally funded.
yeah. What are your current backups though right now?
Our backups.
For emergencies?
We have Salvation Army. We have community assistance. We have, trying to think who else. We used to use Neighbors Helping Neighbors. Actually, they were my first.
The Brothers of the Brush.
Brothers of the Brush, they have given us funding, yes. And,
How about some of the churches though? A lot of those have St. Vincent and de Paul's.
yep, St. Vincent. Well, we don't, they're not as accessible to us. I think as Salvation Army is very accessible. And also to our clients, we act as a go-between because Salvation Army will want to see the bill, somebody to kind of vouch for it, and then they'll repay an entity to you.
I hate to see people using their credit cards. All that is a rabbit hole.
Exactly. So, yeah, it's not been a fun year, and I apologize. I meant to take it off there. That was from last.
Well, it's good to keep us updated.
They participate in help the seniors or
No, they participate in fuel assistance. And so one of our, we've got one favorite company that Patriarch is going to be retiring, but they have been like our godsend where, and I actually too.
Manuel?
Yes. What a good family organization. We call them, we got somebody that's almost out of oil. They'll be down there as soon as they can, you know, and we will say, we will vouch for it. If, you know, SMOC doesn't come through, if, you know, the person can't come through, we will find funding for you. And so they'll go.
And they know that.
Yeah, we also have we have a veteran, this is the last year he's doing it. He has an oil company in Bellingham that he works exclusively with. He says, if you have any veterans that need assistance, you put them on my account. So, but this is the last year he's doing that. He's in a different financial situation. So we've used, I think at least twice a year, we'll have two veterans that we can get 300 gallons worth of oil, 100 gallons worth of oil, because it's usually about $400.
Yeah.
Okay,
So, but yeah, thank you.
thank you.
But the oil companies, they're in a tough shape place too, you know.
Report from the Friends?
Hello,
Hello, Carolyn.
Anna's meeting was on March 10th, and the meeting was preceded by an excellent presentation from the Mentor Fight. There were 22 attendees, many of them here. And all the board members were present, and there was one new member. We received reports from the Treasurer, Secretary, Council on Aging, the new Senior Centre Committee, the Senior Centre Director, and the President. The subcommittees, the bylaws review is going to be discussed at the next board meeting, presented at the April Friends meeting. Membership, about half of last year's members have paid for 2025, and several new members have signed up. Scholarship continues to be open for applications. Our fundraising events, so far we've received over $1,000 for advertising in reply to those letters.
Good job, Carolyn. Good job.
So it's definitely a team effort. Thank you, everybody
no.
here. We were looking to partner with a community group, the Boy Scouts, declined our generous offer. Apparently not quite so generous. The Jingle Bell Fair is asking for volunteers to meet monthly to create crafts that we will sell at that fair. We do not yet have a committee for the Oktoberfest Fair. For communications, the Friends website is up and running, and additional information is added as available. We also received reports from Friends Lunch Bunch, Sunshine, and the Travel Group. There are several fabulous trips going this year. Our next board meeting will be March 28th, and the next Friends meeting, April 14th.
Now, when you say the website, are you talking about the town's website, or do you have something on Facebook? You have a Friends Webbook on Facebook?
No, the website.
On the website. Because when you send it to Karen, okay.
So that they can come.
So I assume on the 28th, you're planning on, you're hoping to use the senior center. You really should, if you can notify me or put in a request before.
If that's a problem, let us know.
Yeah, so, you know, we do have sometimes like Thimble Pleasures, uses it on a Friday and or Saturday for a project.
Okay, we're on to old business, and the first item is the food pantry update.
When I went to the food pantry yesterday, the shelves were starting to get bare in places. But Amy has sent out to her contact the items that we need.
Yeah, it's been posted already on the website and
For last week.
on the Facebook page.
You send that out, we do get a very good response.
The same list will go to our volunteer shopper too.
Right, and then the things that we can't, we don't get donated, like like chickens and toilet paper, you know, we buy those, yeah, we buy those. So things are going along well. Really do the report.
Our hope is, Janet and I, our hope is that more of our people that send in orders are gonna start coming in person, because it's cumbersome. And if you're not a senior, I still feel very strongly that seniors who can't come, that do need a order delivered, that's how it was when I walked through the door many years ago. I think that should still be in place, but there are some able-bodied families, so we need to make some changes, and we talked about doing the second. Wasn't the best time to enact something, but we both agree that there are, you know, there.
Something about that.
So I think it's an internet issue,
Oh,
like,
okay. Oh, yeah, well,
Nice service, you know. so-
Instacart.
Exactly, exactly, yes.
Mention up there?
Not much change since the last time. We're waiting for the firm to come back to the Sharon meeting, report, update those guys and we'll kick in. I think the budget's taking precedent at this time and I understand that. And based on the budget, I would assume once we get the budget process done in town, there'll be some sort of meeting with advocates and path forward again. But it's same status as what we. Firms has all the data.
Elena, where are we tonight on the schedule, you know?
I think before the schools, I'm not sure. So,
Two or three.
Okay, that's fine.
yeah, I think, right, there's, right, I think conservation is also on there, but they shouldn't be very long, so I can't remember.
All right, no, that's fine.
That's before.
Building maintenance?
They're just put this, yay, the stair lift is installed. It was
Beautiful.
installed that
It's beautiful.
Friday. Yeah, it worked well, so.
I just figured since it seems like it's settled.
With all the other things we're asking for.
It's gonna look like the shortest meeting ever.
I'd rather see some repairs made to,
Well, the building's still listed.
yeah.
All right, we have, it's not till next November anyway. I think maybe we should continue at another time, this conversation. It
Well,
wouldn't be,
but that
no-
money would be in this.
oh, it's gonna be in this budget. I don't know.
I think you should just
Hey, Ash,
hash it out and.
It sounds nice, but I have my doubts. It sounds lovely. It sounds like a lovely thing to do, but I don't know.
I think one reason to have it in the request is to highlight the fact that to do the kinds of events that the senior center has been doing, but in a way that is fully accessible to the community members that are intended to benefit, that the space is not adequate, and so a space would be needed. And so I think that is a reason to leave it in there. Will it be approved? That's, you're starting off with, there's a gap between what's being requested and what is available. So
Sure.
is this something likely to be cut? Probably, I mean, but I don't know, but like asking will at least highlight the fact that
Yeah.
it will, that's it, for the town to be able to provide the services to the community members that the senior center, I guess provides, we need more space. And so this is a way of like highlighting that, to have those events, they need to have the space that is safe and accessible, like fully accessible.
Another reason to get it in, though, is that even if it's refused, the next time you make a budget, this is our second request, or this is
Yeah.
our third request.
That's a good point.
And we can have, we can have a little fun on Facebook.
Okay.
Okay. But
Are
no,
there any, do we have a veterans place in town? Like Uxbridge has a veterans, we don't?
We
do?
16, American Legion.
Yeah, where is it?
It's right on 16. It looks like a little rooftop.
Yeah.
basically,
Sue Tatro is the commander. Sue Tatro is the commander. She comes to our events most years.
Because I've been to the one in Uxbridge when we went for the Brothers of the Brush.
I-
Yes, you did. When we did,
oh, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we need a position in the budget, but
all right,
So, and I guess one question that might come up is whether the school, like club school, would have a place that could be available, but is this expected to be like a weekday event? Because
Yes,
with
it's
the
whatever.
senior center.
see what November 11th looks like.
It's on a Tuesday this year. I'm
You're
not gonna be
correct.
in town.
You're
But we've always, not always, we've often held it on the Friday. Well, when it was at the senior center, it was the Friday.
Right, so we don't do it on the national, on the holiday because
Not
it's,
typically.
it's a holiday for.
Yes, and then the veterans also take advantage of other.
Yeah, they go up, they have free breakfast.
Yeah.
I was hoping to hold it on the 8th this year, but, certainly,
That's a Saturday.
or no, maybe then the 7th, I'm sorry.
Yep, that's,
Because it's Tuesday is the,
it's, yes.
Isn't the Unitarian Church still available? Staffing,
I think the city there is what?
94.
that's true.
And I'm not sure about the parking there.
Good.
Also,
That's true too.
like, yeah, so I think people will park in the, like, the Willowbrook lot.
Yeah.
I don't know if technically, you're supposed to, like, I don't know.
Oh, and it's also the banks and the
Right.
Bob shop, and
Right.
it's got multiple.
Capacity is only 60, and Meridian Ballroom, or whatever that is, much more expensive to add that into. So I don't think, yeah.
All right.
Far cheaper than the town event, which is like $12,000.
I think we should leave it in the budget. We've got nothing to lose.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
all right.
Everybody agree with
You
that?
brought up good points and Elena brought up good points.
All right.
The rest of the money, which is $288,700, is for various repairs that need to be done on the building. Safety issues and maintenance issues.
Yeah.
And there's a big sheet there.
My question is, why are these seem like more like capital?
Some can they could be capital request or conditioning, but that hasn't been fully, the only one that's really a capital area is the parking lot, but I think there needs to be visibility, because we haven't determined the capital plan yet. So Jeremy and the select, board, and I can say this is definitely going to only be capital, but they need to put a year on it.
Right, so I mean, the budget is usually sort of the more recurring events. Recurring,
Yeah.
like,
But
And
there's the only things that, as I said on the capital working group, are in there is the $170,000 for the parking lot lighting. And the roof. All these other items are maintenance activities and requirements that are not
so
in the door.
for.
So we did go over this with Jeremy.
Yeah.
He is leaving it in. He's leaving it in, I think primarily as kind of a notation because of the way we have, we've described in our line item what all those things are. And I think it was like kind of like a placeholder. So.
I think maybe it will generate discussion, which is
Exactly.
useful, so.
Exactly.
So
There
I
is-
think
Yeah.
there might be, I think you know, something like the parking lot, like there might be other
Other ways.
funding mechanisms, right? But I mean, but probably through the capital planning process. But I mean, it strikes me that this, you know,
It is in capital, it is in true,
and this is based on an estimate.
it's based on
from-
an AR generated estimate, AI generated
Oh,
estimate, and that estimate costs are in here. Along with the rendering where the 2014.
I mean, I think, right,
I did.
The capital group is working on this. And this is one of the items in there. Rated bid range, but the capital group isn't functioning yet. So it needs to be positioned. Many of these things are maintenance things. And not capital, not the, right,
What's the capital group? A committee's already set up to do this sort of stuff?
large expenditure over that. And it's in our process of kicking off. There's been good product work. But it really hasn't fully come.
I think the porch sort of falls into the capital.
It is.
Range
It is.
as well.
And the other one, which is the second deed risk, 25,000. They potentially could have implications as you look at timing plans. You know, what it need to be visible. Because some of them are real safety issues today. And we say defer until the capital plan, which is residential, the 27 budget. But not the 26 budget. That means you're living with the safety issue.
Right. So, okay,
I really need the guidance of how to get it moved forward.
right, so I mean, I think it will certainly generate
I'm sure.
discussion, and it might be like, right, it strikes me that, you know, a project like the parking lot could be something from free cash at special town meeting, for example, but like, I don't know, like, we'll talk about it. I mean, I
Yeah.
think
Yeah, I
it's
guess
one of those, but I think, you know, I think, a draft of this was sent to Jeremy, so we'll be discussing it, and probably some of these things will be moved around. But I think this is the opportunity to discuss it, and I know, especially given the hopes that we'd all had, that there would have been like a new center, like, I think I think the goal here is to say that, okay, we didn't get the new center, so now we have to deal with the expenses of addressing the issue, the safety, space,
Right.
critical space issues as soon as possible, and not waiting for the next proposal.
Just one more question. How did you come up with the $25,000 figure for the egress door? I mean, did you have an architect work with you on
That's
that?
it, targets of the contract. And similar to the deck. I just finished the deck expansion.
Okay.
So, and they're good money. And knowing the design. We have advantage having the design. It's supposed to and personal. Not in the business. And I also use AI.
Mhm.
Okay,
You said enough about this budget, or we?
Yep.
Yeah.
Does everybody,
Yeah.
kind of, otherwise, we're, line items are pretty much what they were this year. So, for the senior home care, for lights, electricity, fuel oil, supplies, we went back to, our supplies were cut last year. And so I'm requesting that they go back up to the prior year. But yeah, so I think otherwise we're pretty, Jeremy kind of saw that we were didn't have many increases, except for that, like the tires and the gas for the van.
I think we can go on to the next item, which is a really serious item, the 50 sock hop.
right, right.
So,
That committee is Amy and myself and Donna Son and Carol and Diane. That's right. We haven't had a meeting. We probably should plan a meeting. Amy did order some of the things. I tried to send it to all of you,
Yeah,
what I had
that's
seen.
received. I ordered a couple extra too.
That's fine. That's fine. And we talked about making it almost a diner type thing. Burgers with the fries and shakes. Yeah, and I'm not sure if Jeff's or whatever his name is, does that kind of thing.
Chris?
No,
No, the
Hamburger
food,
place.
the food.
Oh,
Or are we cooking the food?
no. You don't know. I thought we were talking about the little sliders. like-
Yeah, small
So
burgers.
We need to investigate that.
Because I know he does burgers and fries.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they do all that. I can make a trip over there and
Where
and
is
see.
that?
It's what I,
It's on Route 140. It's
Mechanics.
Bellingham, go ahead.
GEO,
GOF. Yeah.
whatever
So
it
check
is.
there, and I'll check
Yes.
with TJ's they did, I don't know if they did our menu last year and they gave us a fabulous.
And will it be cold by then though?
No.
He's coming from Hopkinton?
No, I mean, it's just, Hopkinton, but it's gonna come early, it's gonna get put in the oven,
Yeah, we said fries, burgers, shakes, stuff like that. And do we have entertainment? Who was it?
Yeah, we have Roger,
Take
now
now.
he's gonna do a 50 sock up.
Okay.
thing.
All right. Can we pick a date maybe in April that we can meet? Anything works for it? What day is good? I mean, I know some of you have jobs, some of you babysit and stuff like that. So you tell me and I'll work around your schedule. But we do need to meet before. So you tell me what works.
Does Tuesday afternoon work for anybody?
Which day though?
Okay,
You're talking about for the 1st of April?
yeah, we have photography starting, but not until the 22nd.
Well, the Tuesday, the 1st would work for me. How about anybody else? Tuesday's good for Cal? Yeah, Diane? Okay, well, does it have, what time Tuesday? Anytime Tuesday?
I would say after lunch. I mean, because we have exercise, we have lunch, I would think 1:00.
Cards would only affect me so they can.
What's the date?
It's April
Tuesday,
1st.
April 1st.
And, all right, pick a time.
1 PM?
Is that,
It's fine.
okay, 1 PM, okay.
Actually, Donna, is that are you the 1st and the 3rd? On Tuesday, so that would be your day. You'd be there.
No.
All right. All right, well, you'll be just finishing. I don't think it's going to take a long time.